John Beaudin Rock History Book, and we like to go back in history a little bit every single night. We come on here and hopefully talk to you a little bit. But here's the thing: read an article, and I've been putting it off. And I remember wanting to do a thing on best and worst lyrics and things like that. This is the worst rock lyrics of all time. The actual article from Forbes magazine was just the worst lyrics of all time. So I've cherry picked through some of the lists from Steve Baltin, who's a senior writer at Forbes magazine. And I always like having maybe a different perspective of people's opinions on what is the worst and what isn't. I know a lot of people don't like critics, but I'm always curious on what somebody who listens to a lot of music, and this is not necessarily like a review of an album, but it's a review of a lot of lyrics that you might not like. If you want to support the channel, go to the very top. And by the way, the link to the article is at the very top of the description that Steve Baltin wrote. I want to make sure on this channel, we like to give credit where credit is due when people put these things together. So anyway, happy, joy. Nice to have you. I hope you had a good Halloween last night. I think we had 75 kids, but let's get to it. Like I said, Steve Baltin, senior contributor to Forbes magazine, wrote this article, and he wrote the good stuff, the best of lyrics of all time. So he decided to go back in and say, well, maybe I should do an article on the worst lyrics of all time. We start. Da-da-da-da. Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. A lot of you know my wife, Shannon. She comes on with me an awful lot, and this is one of her favorite songs. And I like this song as well. As far as a rocker, and you can feel the sexiness in this song. You can just feel by the way they're playing and the way he's singing. Sex on Fire, great tune. This is the lyrics. Hot as fever, rattled bones. I could just taste it, chased it. Some lips are open, them knuckles are pale. Feels like you're dying, you're dying. Of course, it's different when you're reading the lyrics like that. You know, I'm not singing it, but it's different. But when you read lyrics like that, remember they used to have like people like John Houseman, just great speakers reading lyrics from rock songs. Like Letterman used to do that. It's kind of funny. We've got another one for you. Winger, some little crotch rock for you, little metal. Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. And then then Steve Baltin says, just shut the hell up. Oh, Kid Rock. Oh, Kid Rock, man. Some of his lyrics, I have to admit, Kid Rock always seems like he needs to have a shower. I'm sure he's clean. Sure he is. But he just seems like, I don't know. I saw him once on Austin City Limits, and I thought he was really, really good. I'm not a big fan of his music, but I thought the band was tight. Here's some of the lyrics. Chosen one, I'm living proof. With the gift of the gab in the city of truth, I jabbed and stabbed and knocked critics back. Dun, dun, dun. Deep vacuous hole of emotional need ready to suck the life right out of you. To hell. Oh, here's a favorite for so many people. People like to jab this band. I've never disliked this band. I would never buy their albums, but I played them on the radio many times. Kid Rock, American Badass. And the writer here, Steve Baltin, wrote, sometimes lines just tell the truth. Chosen, oh, that's the wrong one. How You Remind Me. They got a lot of flack, and this is the song. Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a blind man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. I don't know what just happened. Holy snapping turtles is all I have to say. Oh, Bryan Adams, known to, he creates some great rockers, some of the best of all time. His biggest song on Spotify is Summer of '69, then Heaven, and then this song. Third biggest song for Bryan Adams, Everything I Do For You. I remember being at the theater with my then girlfriend, and then when the song came out at the end of Prince of Thieves, I remember stopping and going, who is that? What a great tune. But the lyrics, which the song was written by Bryan Adams, Michael Kamen, who did a lot of soundtrack work, and his producer, Mutt Lange. And let's read some of those. There's no love like your love, and no other could give more love. That's it. You know, you think some of the greatest rock songs of all time really don't have complicated lyrics. That's just the nature of the game in rock and roll. That kind of happens. But anyway, one of my personal favorites that I cannot stand. I have I had sort of a reaction to this song. It's like some Beyonce songs. When I hear "I'm a Survivor" from the band, from her band, I'll Halo's another one. When I hear Halo, I have a reaction to it. I have to run out of the store when that song's playing. So I have sort of a visceral reaction to this one. Beach Boys, Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica. Oh, I want to take ya, Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. Baby, why don't we go Jamaica? And as he put it, not only is it one of the worst written songs, it's one of the worst songs of all time. I cheated when I was in radio. When that song would come on, and back then we were playing CDs. When that song was, we'd gone from LPs to CDs. When I had that scheduled, I never played it. I can't help it now. When it comes up on my show in Vancouver, I wouldn't change it. But in the old days, I would not play it. I refused to play. I hated the song that much. So there you go. Our next contestant, REM, Shiny Happy People. Now, Steve Baltin, who wrote this article, says he once heard Michael Stipe introduce this one as the dumbest song ever written. And as he put it, you can't argue with Stipe. Everyone around, love them, love them. Put it in your hands. Take it, take it. There's no time to cry. Happy, happy. I, for one, have never liked REM. All my friends were really into the band. You can't help what you like or you don't like. Everybody Hurts I thought was a cool song, but I've never really been a fan. I'm going to read your comments in a second. Where are we? I still have a hard time with Styx without Dennis DeYoung. But listen to this beauty. And no surprise, and I don't mind this song. I've never really minded. Domo arigato, Misoto Roboto. Domo arigato, Misoto Roboto. There you go. Have fun with that. Just take that along as words of wisdom for your life and do something with it. Bury it in the backyard if you want. I kind of get it with that song. Here we go. Everyone hates this song. I love this song. I still love this song. When it comes on the radio, I still turn it up. I talked to Mickey Thomas a little while ago about not this song, but the album, Knee Deep in the Hoopla. Jason Sheff, the guy who replaced Peter Cetera in Chicago, had told me that he wasn't the only name they were looking for to replace Peter Cetera. He says Mickey Thomas was another one. but Jason Sheff got the job. So I have, because I'm trying to set up an interview, it's an arduous task with Mickey, but he's busy. Still clearing this COVID stuff. So I text Mickey. I says, is it true that you were in the running to be the lead singer of Chicago after Peter Cetera? He says, it's true, but they approached me when we were doing Knee Deep in the Hoopla, and I think I made the right decision. Because I wanted to verify it. Not that I didn't believe Jason Sheff, but I wanted to get his point of view, and journalistically, it's a good idea to do that. Plus, I knew how to get a hold of him directly, and he got back to me right away. It was cool. So we built this city. I don't know. I still like it, and I don't have to read the lyrics for you, but I don't know. I didn't buy Knee Deep in the Hoopla, but I think I forget the last Starship album I bought. I can't remember. I'm going to read some of your comments. And then I'm going to go record my radio show. Hey, Ronnie Parker, how you doing, bud? Oscar Stern, very cool. I have to change them. Nicole Murphy, both Springsteen songs fire. They're just wrong and creepy. He should be investigated. What? I don't know what the people who used to be big Springsteen fans politically don't like him anymore. And I understand that because you can't. I understand with the political thing that sometimes it's hard if you have a fire for what you believe in and one of your favorite artists or an artist that you know about doesn't. I get that, But anyway, Blaze Eisner, Brother John, do what diddy dum diddy do. Yeah, of course. True rocker from Man for Man. God bless. Thanks, buddy. William Geller. If there's a bustle in the hitch, don't be alarmed. Yes. John Stringham, McCartney, and Michael Jackson. The doggone girl is gone. Oh my God. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Get You Back. It's atrocious. David Carney, The Stargazer 56. How about the song about One Winged Dove? Alex Knight, Louie. We gotta go. There's just some lyrics that, for whatever reason, I think some artists. I was talking to Henry Gross about that today, the guy who did Springtime Mama and Shannon. And he has some people he wants me to talk to as far as folks who wrote books on lyrics, and they are friends of his. And he says, I know they might not get you the hits, but I'm these days interested in talking to just interesting people. By the way, like our video, please. I'd appreciate it. But he said, some songwriters, like Paul McCartney used to say, we'd spend 10, 20 minutes on it. If we couldn't finish it, we'd throw it away. That worked for John Lennon and Paul McCartney. It doesn't necessarily work for a lot of other people. Henry Gross, whose brand new album is just freaking amazing. I couldn't believe it's better than the last. Anyway, we're going to have a track-by-track thing on the channel. And he just said lyricists get lazy sometimes. And sometimes when they're really, really big, they've had a lot of success. And that's another thing. They decide not to follow through. Keep supporting the channel, please. And there are, in the description, ways where you can support us. If you want to join our Patreon or make a donation, by all means. And if this one does well, I mean, it's late here. It's already like 11 minutes to 10 Atlantic time. So it's hard to say if this video will do well. But usually if they do like 1.5K, we'll do another one for the series. And that's because, I mean, some of our videos with these themes have gotten 600,000. And other ones get like 300. I don't know why. We try to figure it out. Anyway, thanks for coming on, everybody. And thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah, because ALV? Because there ain't no one for it to give you no pain. Yeah, horse no name. That's Dewey Bunnell. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, folks, for coming on with us. We appreciate that. Please like our videos. And we're going to be coming on a couple of times a night. One for rock history music, one rock history book. We're going to get back to Today in History and talk about interesting stories. Take good care of yourself. Keep supporting the channel, like our videos, and share them. Thanks.